Hi friends, my name is Aireonna. I just got done with a Thursday evening hike, getting ready to go to dinner. I was thinking, the 49ers just wrapped up their last big practice of the first NFL week before going up to Seattle. I think they're going up on Saturday, so they'll have a walkthrough tomorrow at Levi's. Thought we had all the breaking news, Juwan Jennings back. It was reported that the 49ers did offer him $16 million, 3-year deal. He was really looking for 20, so he passed on that. He's going to go into free agency next year, and they just gave him a small increase in $3 million increase in incentives. So basically, if he plays really well, gets a lot of targets, scores a lot of touchdowns, gets third downs, first downs, he could make up to 10.5. I made a video on that yesterday, and I was thinking, wash your hands, everyone's healthy. That's all the reports, everything Kyle Shanahan, Robert Saleh, John Lynch have been saying, healthiest team that they've been. Christian McCaffrey, turns out, according to Adam Schefter and the 49ers' own practice report, he was a full participant in practice on Wednesday, and then today, Thursday, ended up being a limited participant. He was a full go to start practice, and then either got hurt, felt some tension, but for whatever reason, he was not able to finish practice. We don't have all the information because the reporters are only allowed to observe the first part of practice. That's how we know that he was fully running through the drills. He felt, fine enough to do that at the start of practice in front of reporters. Then during the regular season, reporters aren't actually allowed to watch all of practice, so they went home. And what happened about 30 minutes later, the 49ers put out through their social media team and their injury report that Christian McCaffrey left practice with a calf injury. If you know anything about calf injuries and Christian McCaffrey, last year he was supposed to be able to make it to week 1 with a calf injury. He was supposed to, have mini camp. He was supposed to have training camp, all with a calf injury. Ended up getting postponed until eventually he was in Germany getting stem cell treatment for not a calf injury, but bilateral Achilles tendonitis. He came back at the end of the season and ended up tearing his PCL, probably because he couldn't put his full weight on his lower legs because he had that bilateral Achilles tendonitis that kept him out for the majority of the season. We don't know, I've been saying that the issue with tendonitis is it's an overuse injury, and once you have it, kind of like plantar fasciitis or arthritis, it can be triggered again as soon as you ramp up to that level of exercise again. Especially Christian McCaffrey is an old aging veteran who's had a ton of miles on him. I mean, when he came to the NFL, he's had a ton of miles. He had a ton of miles on him in college, and then he's only, performed since then. Yeah, this is bad news. It's reported as a calf. I think we all have our suspicions that it's probably Achilles because that's what it was last year when they said it was a calf, and he missed the majority of the season before returning and then tearing his PCL. I thought, with tendonitis that maybe by week 8, maybe by the playoffs, if they were really utilizing the hell out of him, that tendonitis could reoccur and come back to, bother Christian McCaffrey. That's why I was crossing my fingers that they were going to use him in some sort of rotation with Robinson or even Isaac Guerrero, Jordan James. When he comes back, I was just like, okay, let's not give Christian McCaffrey every single carry. Let's get him an outside zone, but running downhill through the tackles with tough yards. A guy who, is recovering from this tendonitis issue. If he's putting a lot of pressure, tightening those calves, I'm worried. But I was thinking weeks and weeks and weeks from now. We know that he took it really easy this offseason. He didn't participate in any of the preseason games. He went very light or didn't participate at all in depending on which one, but the 2 joint practices, one he didn't participate, another one he went light in. He would have veteran rest days every other day. The normal 49ers schedule this offseason was 3 days on, 1 day off. Christian McCaffrey had an extra day, so he was really 2 days on, 2 days off because he had a veteran rest day because they didn't want to overuse him. Well, it's Thursday. 49ers face the Seahawks in 3 days in Seattle. Game 1. We've been told that Christian McCaffrey's healthy, and then today he leaves with an injury.